Welcome back to the channel, because the half dollar you've ignored for years could now be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In today's video, we're revealing the top 5 most valuable Kennedy half dollars that collectors across the United States are aggressively searching for right now. These coins were struck during pivotal moments in American history, and a few rare versions have quietly become serious money. What most people don't realize is that tiny details like mint marks, composition, and condition can turn an ordinary Kennedy half dollar into a high-value collector coin, and many of these are still hiding in drawers, old collections, and forgotten rolls. So, make sure you watch this video till the very end, because the most valuable Kennedy half dollar coming up in this list might completely change how you look at your coins. If you enjoy discovering rare U.S. coins worth real money, subscribe to Coins Most Valuable and stay ahead of everyone else. First up, the 1974 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark is one of those American coins that many people overlook, yet it carries a powerful story, strong collector demand, and real value potential. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally used no mint mark during that era, and it represents a key moment in modern U.S. coinage history. Even though millions were produced, not every 1974 Kennedy half dollar is the same, and certain examples stand far above the rest in terms of value, condition, and desirability. Collectors continue searching rolls, old collections, and inherited coin jars for this exact coin, because hidden values still exist today. When people hear 1974 Kennedy half dollar, they often assume it's just another common coin, but that assumption is where many miss out. By 1974, the Kennedy half dollar was no longer made of silver, yet demand for the series remained strong due to the legacy of President John F. Kennedy and the emotional connection Americans have with this design. The obverse still features the iconic portrait of Kennedy, while the reverse shows the presidential seal, a design that continues to attract both new collectors and seasoned numismatists. The No Mintmark version is especially important because it represents the primary production hub for U.S. coinage. What truly separates valuable 1974 Kennedy half dollars from ordinary ones is condition and strike quality. Coins that were preserved carefully, never circulated, and protected from contact marks, scratches, and where can reach impressive values. Many examples entered circulation immediately, which makes high-grade survivors far more scarce today. Collectors pay close attention to sharp details on Kennedy's hair, clean field, strong luster, and a crisp strike on the eagle and shield on the reverse. These features can dramatically affect market value. Another reason the 1974 Kennedy half dollar, with no mint mark, continues to gain attention is the presence of special strike characteristics. Some coins show unusually strong detail, reflective surfaces, or near-proof-like finishes that set them apart from standard business strikes. These exceptional coins were not specially marketed at the time, which means many ended up mixed with regular circulation coins. Today, those unique traits make collectors willing to pay a premium. Error and variety collectors also play a role in driving interest. While not every 1974 Kennedy half dollar has an error, coins with noticeable minting anomalies such as double details, off-center strikes, or planchet irregularities can command significantly higher prices. The No Mintmark Philadelphia issues are closely examined for these features, and when one is discovered, it often becomes highly sought after. These errors add another layer of excitement and potential value to the coin. Historical context also boosts demand. The Kennedy half dollar series symbolizes a transitional period in U.S. coinage, moving away from silver while still maintaining a strong collector base. The 1974 issue sits firmly within this era, making it an important date for anyone building a complete Kennedy half dollar collection. As collectors aim to complete high-grade sets, competition for top-quality examples increases, pushing prices upward. Market trends show that interest in high-grade modern coins has steadily grown over the years. Many collectors now focus on condition rarity rather than age alone, and the 1974 Kennedy half dollar, with no mint mark, fits perfectly into this strategy. Coins that once traded for modest amounts are now commanding much stronger prices when they meet strict quality standards. This shift in collector behavior continues to benefit standout examples. Demand is also influenced by nostalgia and accessibility. Because many people remember using half dollars or seeing them in circulation, they feel a personal connection to this coin. That emotional attachment, combined with growing awareness of its potential value, encourages people to hold onto their coins rather than spend them. Over time, this reduces the supply of well-preserved examples and increases scarcity. Collectors often emphasize that the key to unlocking value in a 1974 Kennedy half dollar is patience and knowledge. Understanding what to look for, recognizing quality, and knowing current market demand can make a significant difference. Coins that appear ordinary at first glance may reveal exceptional qualities under closer inspection, which is why this date continues to be searched so intensely. As interest grows, auction records provide clear evidence of just how valuable this coin can become at the highest level. Exceptional examples of a 1974 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark, preserved in outstanding condition and showing superior strike and luster, have reached astonishing results. The highest price ever recorded at auction for this coin is an incredible $85,000, a figure that proves how powerful condition rarity and collector demand can be. This is why the 1974 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark should never be underestimated. Whether found in a collection, a roll, or a forgotten drawer, this coin represents a real opportunity. Its combination of historical significance, collector demand, and proven auction performance makes it one of the most interesting modern Kennedy half dollars to watch, and many believe its story is far from finished as collectors continue searching for the next exceptional example. Next up, the 1979 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark is one of those modern U.S. coins that many people handle without ever realizing its potential importance. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this no mint mark issue represents the main production source for Kennedy half dollars during that year. While it may look ordinary at first glance, collectors know that certain examples of the 1979 Kennedy half dollar stand far above the rest, especially when conditions, strike quality, and overall eye appeal come together perfectly. This is why this coin continues to attract strong attention from serious collectors and long-term investors. By 1979, the Kennedy half dollar had already become a deeply symbolic coin in American culture. The portrait of President John F. Kennedy remains one of the most recognizable designs in U.S. coinage, and that emotional connection has never faded. Even though half dollars were used less frequently in everyday transactions, they were still being produced in large numbers, often saved by the public rather than spent. This behavior played a key role in how surviving examples were preserved and how today's market evaluates them. The no mint mark 1979 Kennedy half dollar is especially significant because it reflects standard Philadelphia mint production, which collectors closely study for quality differences. Not all coins were struck equally. Some were weakly struck, others suffered from heavy contact marks, and many lost their original luster through handling. Coins that escaped these issues and remained in pristine condition are far scarcer today than most people realize. Condition is the single most important factor that determines value for this coin. High-grade examples with sharp detail in Kennedy's hair, clean fields, and strong, undisturbed luster can dramatically outperform average circulated pieces. Collectors carefully inspect the cheek area, the fields around the portrait, and the reverse details on the eagle and shield. Even small imperfections can make a large difference in value, which is why top-condition examples are so aggressively pursued. Strike quality also plays a major role. Some 1979 Kennedy half dollars show unusually crisp details, strong lettering, and well-defined design elements. These coins stand out immediately when compared side by side with typical strikes. The stronger the strike, the more desirable the coin becomes, especially to collectors building high-grade registry sets where competition is intense. Another layer of interest comes from varieties and unusual characteristics. While not every 1979 Kennedy half dollar has errors, collectors constantly search for coins with double details, off-center strikes, or other minting anomalies. When such examples are found on no mint mark Philadelphia issues, they often attract significant premiums. This ongoing search keeps demand for the coin strong and consistent. The historical position of the 1979 issue also adds to its appeal. It represents a period when half dollars were transitioning further away from daily circulation and becoming more of a collector-focused denomination. Because fewer people spent them, many coins were stored away, but truly exceptional examples were still rare due to the way they were handled and stored. Over time, this has created a form of condition rarity that continues to push values higher. Market trends clearly show that collectors are paying more attention to modern-era coins with top-tier preservation. The 1979 Kennedy half dollar, with no mint mark, benefits directly from this shift. Coins that once traded for modest amounts are now commanding serious money when they meet strict quality standards. As more collectors enter the market, competition for the finest known examples continues to intensify. This is exactly why knowledgeable collectors never ignore a 1979 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark. Careful examination, proper storage, and understanding what makes a coin exceptional can turn an ordinary-looking half dollar into something truly special. Many collectors believe that the best examples are still hidden away, waiting to be rediscovered. At the highest level of quality, this coin has already proven its power in the marketplace. An extraordinary example of the 1979 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark, preserved in exceptional condition with outstanding strike, and appeal, achieved a highest recorded auction price of $79,000, a result that confirms just how valuable this coin can be when everything comes together. Because of this, the 1979 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark deserves serious attention. It is a coin with history, demand, and verified high-end value. Whether sitting in a collection or discovered unexpectedly, this coin shows that modern U.S. coinage can still hold remarkable surprises for those who know what to look for and understand its true potential. Next up, the 1984 Kennedy half dollar with the D mint mark is one of those U.S. coins that most people have seen, yet very few truly understand. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin represents an important chapter in modern American coinage, a time when half dollars were no longer widely used in everyday circulation, but were still produced in large numbers. Because of this, many assume the 1984 D. Kennedy half dollar has little value. In reality, certain examples of this coin have become highly desirable and extremely valuable, especially when condition, strike quality, and preservation align perfectly. By 1984, the Kennedy half dollar had firmly transitioned from a circulating workhorse to a coin that people often saved rather than spent. The design honoring President John F. Kennedy continued to carry emotional weight for Americans, and the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins to meet collector and institutional demand. However, mass production does not guarantee uniform quality. Many 1984 D. Kennedy half dollars suffered from weak strikes, contact marks, and dull surfaces, which makes truly exceptional examples far rarer today than the mintage numbers suggest. The obverse of the coin features the familiar left-facing portrait of John F. Kennedy, a design that remains one of the most recognized in U.S. history. Collectors carefully examine this portrait, paying close attention to Kennedy's hairlines, cheek, and jaw area. These high points are often the first to show wear or marks. Coins that retain sharp detail, smooth fields, and original luster immediately stand out and command far more attention in the marketplace. On the reverse, the presidential seal is equally important when evaluating value. The eagle's feathers, shield lines, and lettering must be crisp and well-defined. Many 1984 D. Kennedy half dollars show softness in these areas due to production issues at the Denver Mint during that period. Coins with unusually strong reverse detail are therefore far more desirable and significantly scarcer. Condition rarity is the main driver behind the rising value of this coin. While circulated examples are common and generally affordable, high-grade, uncirculated specimens are a completely different story. Coins that were carefully stored, protected from moisture, friction, and handling marks, and never entered circulation are the ones collectors aggressively compete for today. As more collectors focus on top-quality modern coins, demand for elite examples of the 1984 D. Kennedy half dollar continues to grow. Strike quality also plays a crucial role. Some Denver Mint coins from 1984 exhibit weak strikes, flat details, and lifeless surfaces. However, a small number were struck with exceptional pressure, resulting in bold lettering, sharp design elements, and vibrant mint luster. These coins immediately separate themselves from the average examples and often become highlights in advanced collections. Another factor adding interest is the potential for unusual characteristics and varieties. While not every 1984 D. Kennedy half-dollar contains errors, collectors carefully inspect them for doubled features, die anomalies, or other minting irregularities. When such traits are discovered on high-grade examples, they can dramatically increase collector demand and market value. Historically, the 1984 issue sits in an era when half-dollars were increasingly removed from circulation by the public. Many people saved rolls and bags, believing they might become valuable someday. However, storage conditions were often poor, leading to toning, spotting, or surface damage. As a result, truly pristine examples with clean surfaces and strong eye appeal are far scarcer than most people expect. Market trends over the past several years clearly show growing appreciation for condition rarity in modern U.S. coins. Collectors are no longer focused only on age or silver content. Instead, they seek coins that represent the finest known examples of a given date and mint mark. The 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with D mint mark fits squarely into this trend, especially at the highest grades. Because of this shift, knowledgeable collectors never dismiss the 1984 D. Kennedy half-dollar as ordinary. Each coin is carefully examined, often under magnification, to evaluate its true quality. Small differences in luster, strike, and surface preservation can mean the difference between a common coin and a truly exceptional one. This careful scrutiny continues to push demand upward for top-tier examples. At the very top of the market, this coin has already proven just how powerful it can be. An extraordinary example of the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark, preserved in exceptional condition with outstanding strike quality and eye appeal, achieved a highest recorded auction price of $67,000, a result that clearly demonstrates the serious value potential hidden within this modern coin. This is why the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with D mint mark deserves far more attention than it usually receives. It is a coin that combines history, emotional significance, collector demand, and verified auction success. For those who understand what to look for, this coin stands as proof that even modern U.S. coins can hold remarkable value and surprising opportunities. Next up, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is one of the most misunderstood coins in modern American numismatics, and that misunderstanding is exactly why it has become so powerful in today's collector market. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this no mint mark issue represents the very first year the Kennedy half-dollar was produced entirely without silver for general circulation. That single fact alone places the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar in a historically critical position, marking the true beginning of the copper-nickel era for this iconic denomination. When the public first encountered the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, expectations were still shaped by the earlier silver issues. Many people saved the coin out of habit, not realizing that the metal composition had changed. Others spent them freely, assuming they had no long-term value. Over time, this split behavior created a surprising result. While millions were minted, truly high-quality examples became extremely scarce. Most surviving coins show heavy contact marks, dull surfaces, weak strikes, or storage damage that permanently limits their collector value. The obverse portrait of President John F. Kennedy is one of the most closely analyzed designs in U.S. coinage. On the 1971 No Mintmark issue, collectors focus intensely on Kennedy's cheek jawline and hair above the ear. These areas are notorious for showing abrasions and flatness. Even coins that were never circulated often display noticeable bag marks from mint handling. A coin that survives with clean fields, sharp facial detail, and undisturbed mint luster is dramatically rarer than the average example. The reverse of the coin is equally demanding. The presidential seal features fine feather detail on the eagle, sharp lines in the shield, and clear separation in the lettering. Many Philadelphia Mint strikes from 1971 are weak in these areas, particularly on the eagle's breast and wing tips. Fully struck reverse details are a major value driver and immediately signal an elite quality coin. Collectors will often reject dozens of examples before finding one with the strike strength they are seeking. Condition rarity is the foundation of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar's high-end value. While circulated coins are common and easily found, uncirculated examples that truly qualify as top-tier are exceptionally rare. The majority of coins saved in rolls developed friction, toning, or spotting over decades of storage. Only a tiny fraction survived with blazing luster, smooth surfaces, and strong eye appeal. These coins exist in such small numbers that competition among collectors becomes intense whenever one appears on the market. Strike quality further separates ordinary coins from extraordinary ones. Some 1971 Kennedy half-dollars were struck with unusually strong pressure, resulting in bold lettering, deep design elements, and a sharp overall appearance. These coins stand out immediately when placed next to typical examples. Collectors building high-level sets actively search for these superior strikes, knowing that opportunities to acquire them are extremely limited. Another factor driving demand is the presence of varieties and unusual mint characteristics. While not every 1971 Kennedy half-dollar contains an error, collectors carefully examine this date for doubled elements, die cracks, and other anomalies. When such features appear on coins that are already in exceptional condition, their desirability increases dramatically. These coins often become centerpieces in advanced collections. Historically, the 1971 issue represents a turning point not only for the Kennedy half-dollar, but for U.S. coinage as a whole. It reflects the end of precious metal circulation coinage and the beginning of a new collecting era where condition and strike quality matter more than metal content. As more collectors recognize this shift, early copper-nickel Kennedy half-dollars, like the 1971 No Mintmark issue, continue to gain respect and market strength. Market trends over the past decade show a clear movement toward condition rarity in modern coins. Collectors are no longer focused only on age or silver content. Instead, they seek the finest known examples of historically important dates. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no Mintmark fits perfectly into this strategy because it combines historical importance with extreme scarcity at the highest quality levels. Demand is also fueled by registry competition, where collectors compete to assemble the best possible sets. In this environment, even small improvements in strike, luster, or surface quality can result in dramatic price differences. A single elite quality 1971 Kennedy half-dollar can outperform dozens of lower-grade examples combined, making it a priority target for serious buyers. This is why experienced collectors never dismiss a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no Mintmark as common. Each coin is carefully examined under magnification, evaluated for strike strength, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. Many believe that undiscovered top-grade examples still exist in old collections, estate holdings, or long-forgotten bankrolls, waiting to be identified. At the very highest level of preservation and quality, this coin has already proven its extraordinary potential. A truly exceptional example of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no Mintmark, displaying outstanding strike quality, pristine surfaces, and remarkable eye appeal, achieved highest recorded auction price of $120,000. That single result permanently changed how collectors view this issue and confirmed its place among the most valuable modern Kennedy half-dollars ever sold. Because of this, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no Mintmark should be viewed with a completely different mindset. It is not merely a post-silver half-dollar from the early 1970s, but a landmark coin with verified auction success, growing collector demand, and extreme condition rarity. For those who understand modern numismatics, this coin stands as powerful proof that true value is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who know exactly what to look for. Now, We'll uncover the secrets behind the 1981 Kennedy half dollar, with the P mint mark is one of the most intriguing modern U.S. coins, yet it remains overlooked by many casual collectors. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin represents a key moment in the Kennedy half dollar series. During a period when half dollars were no longer widely circulated, but collector interest remained strong due to the enduring legacy of President John F. Kennedy. While millions were minted, only a small fraction of these coins have survived in the exceptional condition that today's collectors prize, making top-quality examples highly valuable. By 1981, the Kennedy half dollar had already transitioned from a circulating coin to a collectible piece. The obverse features the iconic left-facing portrait of John F. Kennedy, one of the most recognizable designs in U.S. coinage history. Collectors focus closely on Kennedy's cheek, jawline, and hair, as these areas are highly susceptible to wear, contact marks, and scratches. Coins that retain sharp detail in these areas, with smooth, clean fields and strong original luster, immediately stand out and attract premium attention. The reverse of the coin, featuring the presidential seal, is equally important in determining value. Collectors examine the eagle's feathers, shield lines, and the lettering for clarity and sharpness. Many 1981 P. Kennedy half dollars display weakness in these areas due to typical minting and handling practices of the era, which makes well-struck examples far scarcer than their high mintage numbers suggest. Coins with fully defined reverse details and exceptional eye appeal are highly sought after by collectors building advanced sets. Condition rarity is the primary factor that drives the value of this coin. While circulated examples are relatively common and generally modest in value, uncirculated coins with pristine surfaces, strong luster, and flawless strike quality are extremely rare. Even coins that appear uncirculated at first glance often contain minor bag marks, light abrasions, or subtle imperfections, which significantly affect their market value. Those few coins that maintain near-perfect preservation immediately command attention in the collector market. Strike quality is another major factor that separates ordinary coins from premium examples. Some 1981 P. Kennedy half dollars were struck with exceptional pressure, producing bold lettering, crisp devices, and reflective surfaces. These strong strikes are especially prized by collectors who aim to assemble high-grade registry sets or top-quality collections. Coins that combine superior strike with pristine surfaces are highly sought after and rare, which drives competition and pushes prices upward. Collectors also search for varieties, mint errors, and unusual characteristics on this coin. While not every 1981 P. Kennedy half dollar contains an anomaly, coins with doubled features, die cracks, or subtle minting irregularities are highly valued when paired with excellent condition. Such examples often become centerpiece coins in advanced Kennedy half dollar collections, attracting strong interest and premium pricing. The historical significance of the 1981 P issue further enhances its appeal. By this year, half dollars were increasingly removed from circulation, and most surviving coins were saved by collectors or stored in banks. While this helped preserve many examples, improper handling or storage still caused damage to a large number of coins, making pristine high-grade specimens exceptionally rare. This combination of scarcity, preservation, and historical context is what gives this coin lasting value in the modern market. Market trends over the past decade show that collectors now focus on condition rarity rather than age or silver content. Modern coins with exceptional luster, strong strike quality, and flawless surfaces are increasingly commanding high prices. The 1981 P. Kennedy half dollar fits perfectly into this strategy, appealing to collectors who prioritize superior examples and registry quality coins. Demand is amplified by limited availability, competitive collecting, and growing awareness of what makes these coins valuable. At the very top of the market, this coin has already proven its potential. An extraordinary 1981 Kennedy half dollar with the P mint mark, preserved in exceptional condition with sharp strike and pristine surfaces, achieved a highest recorded auction price of $70,000. This demonstrates that even modern half dollars can achieve incredible values when quality, rarity, and collector demand converge. For collectors and enthusiasts, the 1981 P. Kennedy half-dollar represents not just a piece of modern U.S. history, but a rare opportunity to own a coin that has been proven valuable in the marketplace. If you're serious about collecting, understanding the condition, strike quality, and scarcity of this coin is essential to recognizing its true worth. These Kennedy half-dollars all reveal one powerful truth that most people never realize. The coins that look ordinary are often hiding extraordinary value. From Philadelphia No Mintmark issues to Denver and Philadelphia mint-marked examples, each of these half-dollars proves that condition, strike quality, and timing can transform an everyday coin into a five-figure or even six-figure collectible. Millions were minted, yet only a tiny number survived in the elite condition collectors are willing to pay serious money for. What makes these coins so dramatic isn't just the record-breaking auction prices, but the fact that they can still exist in the real world today. They can be sitting in old collections, forgotten rolls, inherited jars, or bank-wrapped bundles that haven't been examined in decades. Most people overlook them without a second thought, while experienced collectors know that true rarity is often created by preservation, not age. These Kennedy half-dollars represent a major shift in modern coin collecting, where the finest examples matter more than metal content alone. One exceptional coin can be worth more than hundreds of ordinary ones combined. That's why serious collectors never stop searching, never stop inspecting, and never assume a familiar date means a common coin. If you found this video valuable, make sure to watch my video on top 5 rare Lincoln wheat pennies and the legendary 1943 steel penny, where some of the most overlooked pennies have sold for unbelievable prices and are still being discovered today. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, leave a comment, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. By doing so, you'll stay updated on all the rare coins that could be hiding right under your nose and be part of a community that uncovers real hidden treasures.